Something really powerful happens when we rest together, when we choose to pause and allow that energy that wants to push, accomplish, do more, achieve, that which draws us out. And we are right now in such a time of transition, of distractibility, of change. And often in change in the beginning, it can seem like a rumble, shaky, very shaky beneath our feet. So the reason I am calling this resting in mother is I want to make this or offer an invitation to really ground and fall on the lap of the great mother. And for some people, this may stimulate a lot of different ideas. But let me tell you what I mean by the mother, or even by the cherishing mother. The cherishing mother is who you are. It's your source connection to pure love. The pure love that you were born out of and that cannot be stripped away from you. And we are right now in a collective emergence of consciousness of a new human body which is being born again out of love, that I want to call for now the cherishing mother. She is the mother, the lap of the mother that is always here for you. However you show up, you don't need to do anything. Even right now, I'm not even going to call this a meditation. As soon as we hear we're going to meditate, we start to feel like we need to do something. But just rest. Just let yourself be here. The mother is about presence, is about your body. So notice how you are in your body. You can close your eyes if you want to, but you don't need to. The mother doesn't go anywhere. She's always here. She's the one that's been suppressed, negated, denied for thousands of years. And she is emerging. She is calling us to herself. And as we feel in our bodies, whatever part of you resonates with that sense of pure love is aligning with her care, with the care of the great mother. And when we fall onto her lap, something really powerful happens. That which we don't need begins to naturally fall away. You don't have to work at it. You don't have to take up another program or a course to rid yourself of patterns. These patterns will naturally unravel. They already are dismantling, unraveling, and a deprogramming is already happening. The moment that we rest, that we give ourselves to her, feel in your body. Let yourself Just be curious of what's happening in your body. When you hear my words, that she is here, she's always been here, she's waiting for you, she is pure love, she is you, she is the source of you as pure love. And whatever part of you resonates, it doesn't matter what the mind is doing or saying. You don't have to change anything. You just come to her exactly as you are. Many of us in the early days did not have a mother that was accessible, and that mother didn't have a mother that was accessible, and that mother didn't, and that mother, and that mother, and that mother didn't. Because the mother has been denied for thousands of years of her intuition, of her creativity, of her deep care, of her instinctual nature to be present, to attend. But she hasn't gone anywhere. She's here all the time. Perhaps parts of her have been dormant, and that's okay. That's all right. You resonate with whatever part of her, that part of you that carries such deep care for yourself, for humanity, for what is happening all around us, sometimes quite disturbing and sometimes quite beautiful. You know, that part of you that cares so much is your source, is your original identity. It's the origin of you, innate to you. Nobody gives this to you and nobody can take it away. So, however, mothering unfolded for you in your life, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. All of that now is falling away, is dismantling. What doesn't belong to her will leave. Just let it. It's almost like now in our collective, we're in a collective birth canal where a new humanity is being birthed. And at certain points in this birth canal, there can be this feeling like a mother when she's giving birth, where she feels like she can't do it. She wants to escape. And at many times in our lives, we do this, you know, where we may numb out, we may distract ourselves, that part of the brain that still holds trauma, we'll run, we'll fight, we'll freeze. Yeah. But that wiring is undoing itself now in your resting. So yeah, so feel the contraction that happens. Let yourself have that part that feels like it can't do it. And I want to tell you that you can, and that we can together. Now more than ever, our our togetherness, whatever way we can join together, whether it be like this in cyberspace, it doesn't matter, or if you can gather with friends or just with one other person, It's really important that we cultivate these bonds of care, bonds of togetherness. We have a intrinsic need to belong. It's a human, it's an irreducible need to connect and to belong. And the more ways that we can do this right now is so, so important. Now, if we're only paying attention to the external narratives that are happening and have been happening for centuries, that disconnect, that pull us away from each other, that pull us away from our intuition, our knowing, our creativity, our instinct, our care, and may create an energy that wants us to suppress even more, disconnect more, and reduce ourselves to something that we are not. So, fostering these connections is really important. So, even here, as we're sitting together and allowing a rest to happen in your body, no matter what's happening in the mind, it doesn't matter. You can be curious. I love this analogy of the cherishing mother because really what she is, all that she is presence. She's present. She's here. And she doesn't matter. She doesn't care how you show up. That doesn't matter at all. You can bring everything to her. You bring all of yourself to her, all of the parts. And there's a natural joining and integration that happens. You don't have to understand it. You may notice that your body, the energy in your body, begins to vibrate at a higher frequency. Maybe you won't sleep as much. Don't be concerned about this. A new body is being birthed in humanity, and you are here for that. We're all here for what's happening right now for a reason. You were made for this. We got it. An old way is dying, and a new way has not quite shown itself yet. And this is where we're invited to rest in uncertainty. You can do this. When we rest in uncertainty, we don't know how long it takes, but our creativity, a new way will show itself. Something new is revealed, our genius, our creativity. We have everything that we need inside of us. And it is this resting that opens up these places that have been dormant here all the time with information specific and unique to each and every one of us for what is the next step in our journey. What is our way? This is energized through our collaborations with each other, through our togetherness, through our sharing the care that we have that is ignited inside when we allow ourselves to resonate and rest in our core identity as love. These pathways are ignited, and what isn't needed naturally will fall off, will unravel, will, if you want to say, deprogram itself. So our attention, our presence is here with the mother in the body on this earth, feet on the ground, spending time in nature, feeling and listening to this deep connection that we have with her, inside, outside, all around us. And this is our nourishment. It's a deep nourishment. It's like we have this seed in us. It's birthing itself. And how do we water the seed? Nature, togetherness, sharing with each other, fostering bonds of care, of connection, paying attention to our bodies, letting ourselves feel everything. Just let yourself take that in, whatever might resonate. Notice what's happening in your body. You don't have to do anything. You've done enough. You have everything you need inside of you. You can rest. You can notice when you feel these gripping or energies that want to grip in the different environments that you need to move in. Just notice that and remember that you have choice, that you are a sovereign being. You're already free to follow your core identity, to remain in alignment with this. Let it continue to switch on. switching on. And anything that doesn't resonate with the frequency of your core identity as love, as the mother, the cherishing mother, the one who is present and attends to what's important, then it's easier to say no to what might be pulling you out, whether that be an energy of fear or you should do this or that. Produce more, create more, 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 more. It doesn't mean that you're gonna stop providing for yourself or for your family, but this frequency of you has its own instructions. And too often we negate what's here already and give our attention to what's going out here to follow the narratives on the outside. Now you'll find more and more and more that there is this collective frequency rising, emerging. I like to call it the love of the mother, excuse me, the cherishing mother. It just works for me. You know, I do have children that I cherish and they have carved out a new human here. So it suits me. And you can resonate with this in whatever way feels right for you. This isn't really what I'm bringing to you today, isn't another form of a spirituality. It's your true nature. It's what's natural to us, to connect with each other, with ourselves fully, and with nature all around us. This is the reconnecting that needs to take place, is taking place. You can feel the frequency of this in yourself. Yeah, like that. Yeah, yeah. I can feel something moving down off the shoulders. Yeah, those old burdens you don't need to carry. You don't need to carry that weight. No, you don't need to worry. Everything is working out. You have everything you need inside of you. In our togetherness, there's great things that can happen, are happening. It's a very exciting time to be here on this planet. It may be messy, excuse me, it may be messy still for a bit. That's what birth is like. It's not an easy course. Nobody said it would be easy. You keep returning here. You keep showing up just as you are. Bring everything with you, just exactly as you are. If the mind is anxious, it doesn't matter If the body is tired, it doesn't matter. The lap of the mother holds everything. She's present. And in her presence, we are allowed to mature in love, to blossom in all the ways that we're meant to blossom. There's something that I want to read before we end this part. And then I think some of you know that or have registered for the Zoom conversation. And also to say, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. That helps this channel. And I don't have a schedule worked out yet, but if there continues to be an interest to join together and to sit in our togetherness, as this frequency gets only stronger as we connect with each other in our core identity and allow what isn't true for us to really unwind, fall off, without needing to work hard at it. I'm going to read something from the invitation, which I read on a recent retreat in Spain at Hidden Paradise. In fact, I read quite a bit. I read the full invitation in different parts, and we spent time with it because it's beautiful. So this is just to add one more thing about attending to ourselves. This doesn't matter, like what I'm speaking about has nothing to do with gender. All of us have been born. All of us have been birthed from the mother. Yeah? So this isn't anything about gender. No, 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 no. No, so let's not make that mistake because the mother is in all of us and here for all of us. Without the mother, we would not be here. So mother is the firstborn. We come from her vessel, and our job is to attend to our vessel, a vessel of pure love, and how we can cultivate this in our connecting, in our belonging to ourselves, in our belonging to each other, and in fostering bonds of connection, bonds of affection, bonds of care, collaboration. This is what we're birthing forward. The old way has not worked. So this is our, if we're asked or called to do anything, you need to decide for yourself. But the call is to attend to this mother in all of us, because this is what creates the reciprocity with each other and with Mother Earth. So if there are parts that have been suppressed and neglected, then we bring those parts here onto her lap. So I read this part on retreat. And if you haven't read the invitation, it's by Araya Mountain Dreamer. I definitely want to give her credit for this, but it's quite an invitation. And I'm just going to read one small part. And this says, "It doesn't interest me to know where you live or how much money you have. I want to know if you can get up after the night of grief and despair, weary and bruised to the bone, and do what needs to be done to feed the children." I'm going to read that again. "It doesn't interest me to know where you live or how much money you have. I want to know if you can get up after the night of grief and despair, weary and bruised to the bone, and do what needs to be done to feed the children. Now, all of us can relate to this. We have been in a collective dark night. Yes, we have been bruised. We have been made weary, whether you have children or not. And those of us with children perhaps feel this even more, or for attending to anyone up close. There's a lot of this happening. There's this shaking where there's some injury. Injury has been happening for thousands and thousands of years to the body of women, to the body that births, to the vessel that gives life. Yeah, so this impacts each and every one of us. So the question here, the invitation is after the night, after the dark night, when the sun rises in the morning, after the grief and the despair and the weariness, are we willing to get up and do what needs to be done to tend the children? And I want to bring this further to mean to tend those parts of yourself that have not been attended to, that have been bruised, that have been injured, that have been neglected, that have been left out in the cold, that have been in isolation, that have not been listened to. Can you bring them here to her, to the lap of the cherishing mother, to your presence, to you, and let them rest? Let them be held on her lap. Listen, attend, nourish, rest. That's all. That's all. Just listen. Just rest. Let them all come onto your lap and hold them like the cherishing mother. This is how we mature more and more into her, by falling onto her lap and resonating with the pure love that she has birthed us as. Yeah, still here. That never goes anywhere. So we align with this, we integrate with this, we don't work at it, we don't have to try to understand any part of it. We just let it happen. This is the most important. If you want to call it work, I don't like that word so much right now. But this is love. This is how we love. And the rest will take care of itself. It will. You have everything you need inside of you. The instructions will come for you for the next thing. So what did I say, just to kind of sum it all up? Our togetherness is essential right now. Feeling, being in our bodies, aligning with our core identity as love. And everything else will align. Our frequency will lift, will ignite, will switch on. And what is not needed will fall away. And we are the choosing. We get to choose what we pay attention to. And we attend. We attend. No matter how bruised or weary we feel, we bring these parts onto the lap of the mother. and just listen and feel. The body knows how to do this. The body, your body, has all the instructions inside that it needs. Your body is a vessel of deep, wise intelligence, aliveness. Well, I'm really happy that you joined me today. Take good care of yourselves, take good care of each other. Remember who you are.